Hello and thank you for joining us. I'm Jessica Barbier, your host for the Cox OC Connection. Today we'll be spotlighting the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. And with us today to fill us in on all the happenings is Lisa Walter, the Executive Director of Susan G. Komen, Orange County, and this year's 2014 Race for the Cure Chair, Doug McKay. Welcome and thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely.
So Lisa, every year this event is such an inspirational race, and it grows and it draws so many people from the community. So what's in store for this year's race?
Well, I think the 2014 Race for the Cure will be full of energy. It's always a celebration of survivors, women who have beat breast cancer, how many years, how healthy and coming through breast cancer, and then of course remembering those we've lost. What's going to be fun this year is our Family Fun Run is sponsored by Knott's Berry Farm this year, so Snoopy and some characters will be there to greet the kids.
So much fun.
There'll be lots of energy at the 5K with the pink cheer zone, so we'll be full of people, the whole route packed, and raising a lot of money.
And what's the theme for this year's race?
Our theme this year is Race for Impact, Race for Breakthroughs, and Race for Futures. And you think of each of those three words. Impact is all about saving lives. Mm-hmm. How many women can we have as survivors of breast cancer? Race for Breakthroughs is all about the fact that we provide money into research and the breakthroughs that are coming every day that are helping women live, and new treatments and new diagnostics. And then Race for Futures, it's all about, we don't want our daughters or our granddaughters to have to face breast cancer. We want every woman to have a long, healthy life and not have to face breast cancer.
And Lisa, one reason I always love having you as a guest on the show is you always come well equipped with props. So we have a tutu here with us today. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on with the tutu?
Sure, we do. We've been putting men and women, I think it's fun to, who doesn't love seeing a man in a pink tutu, into the tutu and doing some photos, some selfies, getting them up on social media. And it's really to promote support for breast cancer, for the Race for the Cure, draw attention, because as we say, there is too much breast cancer.
And Doug, what's the hashtag if someone wants to take a selfie with a tutu?
If they wouldn't go out to hashtag OC22, OC22.
Okay.
OC22 Tour.
Tutu Tour, yes.
There you go.
That's a tongue twister.
And one of the things you talked about as far as there's men and women that have been a part of the tour, one of the things that, as a man and being part of the race, is there really is, there's a component that men, sometimes they feel they're not sure if they need to be part of this race. They truly do. Being there, walking, supporting, whether they're walking for a friend, a coworker, somebody in their family directly, but to be able to come out and show the support as a man is truly, truly important. And putting on a tutu is step one.
Yes. I think a manly man can wear a tutu.
Definitely.
So Doug, I have a question for you. As a chair of any type of charitable fundraiser or event, the first thing that always at the top of mind and most pressing issue is fundraising, correct?
Fundraising is definitely key. I mean, essentially, the race itself is a race for the cure. That's the ultimate goal, is to be able to have a cure for breast cancer. But along that lines, we also need to be able to raise funds for the services that are needed desperately throughout Orange County and beyond. So for us, yes, we do have a fundraising goal that we look to each year. We also have a participant goal. This year we're looking to have 20,000 people
that's incredible.
Be a part of it, so that they can raise funds as well as they can raise awareness.
So to get to those 20,000 participants, do you have any type of incentive program for race participants?
We do. We actually have a whole slew of incentives. The very first two benchmarks that we have, we talked about Knott's Berry Farm, that they're one of our new sponsors this year. We have set a $125 benchmark, and for that, anyone who raises that amount, which is essentially that will fund one mammogram for one woman. So within that $125, once you hit that benchmark, you will be given a pass to Knott's, and that pass is good for the full year.
Oh, great.
You reach $250, you'll be given 2 passes. So 2 benchmarks that are very, very easy to set a goal to. You know exactly what the impact's going to be. And at the same time, when you're done, you have something to go and enjoy at the park when you're done.
I love that. One thing that is really important, obviously, is the fundraising, and that's because you're providing such vital services in our community. Lisa, can you touch on the services that Komen, Orange County is providing to men and women in our community?
Yes. So our goal is to make sure that every woman and man has access to breast health care. And that may be finding them a medical home so that they can have a breast exam, get a mammogram. We have a special fund set up for uninsured women to be able to get a mammogram, a woman who couldn't afford it otherwise. And then women who have actually suspicious mass, we have a fund to be able to provide a diagnostic, a biopsy or any other diagnostic that she needs. I mean, imagine if you knew that you had a breast issue and you didn't have the money to be able to pay for the diagnostic to find out if it was breast cancer or not. And so we want to be there for women who are in that situation. One of the things we do very often is bring mammography into the community. So we bring a mobile mammogram machine, a big coach to neighborhoods or churches or grocery stores where people work and shop and live and play. We want to make sure that they have access to mammography. And we do it in Orange County in all the major languages that are represented by the population here. So Spanish and Vietnamese and Chinese, and making sure that everyone has access to care.
And such great, vital resources you're providing.
Thank you.
Go to bed every night feeling like you're making a difference in the world. I'm sure you do. Doug, I know for organizations, volunteerism is so important. So other than donating and participating in the race, how else can people get involved?
Well, one of the things with the race itself is it takes a lot of people to put this together. I mean, there's an incredible group at Komen that we work really year-round to be able to set up this event. But as far as the race day itself, it takes about 1,000 volunteers. And we need people to help out with all different functions, from going through and working in a registration booth to helping on the course itself. And anyone who really would like to be able to volunteer, they can always go out to komenoc.org.
Okay, great.
And they can get information regarding being able to be a volunteer on that particular day.
Perfect. And before we wrap, we'll put a graphic up on the screen with all of the logistics for the event date. And if you can give that website one more time so our viewers can go and register and learn more about the event, that'd be great.
It's easy to go online and register. It's komenoc.org/race, and that'll take you right to the registration page.
Well, Lisa and Doug, it was a pleasure having you here. Again, thank you for all the work you're doing in our community every day, and we look forward to seeing you out there in our tutus on race day.
Definitely.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this short break.
This year, the Race for the Cure really is focused on race for impact, race for breakthroughs, race for futures. Impact is how many lives can we save, how much research can we make happen and breakthroughs in treatment, new drugs and screening techniques. And then race for futures, we think about the next generation and hope we can make such a difference that they will never have to face breast cancer. The moments that really stand out are when you read a back sign on a young man who's walking in memory of his mom, and it just breaks your heart that he's a young guy who's gonna miss his mom. It's just inspiring what survivors and family and friends go through. It demonstrates the strength, and I'm honored to be there.